All right, guys, welcome back. This is Chasing Neat. If you haven't joined us before, I am Dawn. This is Michael. And you know what? We just got done doing our 2 Ounce Tuesday, and I wasn't overly pleased with the choices. So I said, you know what? We are moving on, and we are going to review something that I know I already love.
That's right.
So
and what is it?
Today we are doing Blue Run Emerald Rye Whiskey, which I'm super excited to share because we've had this bottle a while, 116 proof. We first tried this bottle at a local restaurant called
The Corn Dance.
The Corn Dance, yeah.
It's kind of a higher end
steak restaurant.
Yes. Yes. Steak restaurant.
Yeah, state restaurant.
I think you got
Did I
more
say state restaurant? Local restaurant. So, yeah. I mean, it was a really nice place, but we tried this. We didn't have this bottle.
Definitely not overly fancy, but overly expensive, but very good.
Yeah, it's very good. It has. I mean,
it's worth the price of admission.
Yeah, they have aged steaks. If that's your thing. We enjoy a good aged steak, but what we enjoy a little more is just good bourbon and good whiskey. So, we are reviewing this one today. But this is not our very first Blue Run.
No.
Our first Blue Run we actually got from friends, coworkers that Mike and I actually have a photography business as well. And we took the picture of their wedding. And the bride, she's a huge butterfly fan. Huge butterfly fan. And so her daughter and the groom's daughter, they all had little outfits that had butterflies on it, whatever.
Yeah.
And so part of our payment, they bought us a bottle of
Blue
Run with a beautiful butterfly, and that was early on. It was about 2 or 3 years ago now, and this is way before we could actually get it here in northern Indiana.
Yeah, it wasn't available, and so she had to be very creative in shipping it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can't.
So she had to find a place that had it. Then she had to buy it. Then she had to find a place to ship it to. So I think that store that had it could ship it to the state that her brother was in.
Yeah.
And then her brother shipped it to her as olive oil.
Whatever, yeah. And so we were super excited to get that as a gift, and
very appreciative.
And so we've been learning about it.
Even if it would have been a junk bottle of bourbon, the fact that she went through all those steps means the world to us.
For sure. But we are huge fans of Blue Run, and we've since learned a little bit more about Blue Run. Blue Run, of course, is going to be a new. They're in the process of building a distillery, which looks kind of very state of the art, space agey. I don't know if it's going to be.
I keep thinking it's like the Apple.
Yeah.
Apple.
Like that big old round circle.
Apple company. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the shape, the spaceship. HQ headquarters. So they're definitely going ultra modern.
Yeah, super cool. I know, honestly, top of my head, without doing some research, I don't know when the anticipated completion date is, but 2 very important people that are affiliated with Blue Run. One, Jim Rutledge, legendary Jim Rutledge, who came originally from Four Roses, right?
Yep.
And Seagram's Four Roses.
Yeah.
That whole genre.
Who also owned MGP, by the way.
Yeah, and he also is a big influence in, what was I going to say? Escapes me. Cream of Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Huge
one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Which is over in the Do Not Ask case.
Yeah. So, but anyway, he is part of the whole Blue Run. But this summer, we were also able to go to my first plus one over here, Bourbon Women's Association Symposium. We got a chance to meet the master blender of Blue Run, Shaylin Gaman.
And very knowledgeable.
She's the nose. I mean, she's a trained.
She's like Nancy Fraley.
Yeah, exactly. Super, super, super cute.
But working for herself. Well, I should say working for herself. She's working for
Blue Run
now.
Yep, master blender.
Nancy Fraley's freelancing.
Nancy Fraley freelance.
Yeah.
That's cute. No, but Shaylin's so cute. And it was so funny. We took a class when we were at Symposium, and she kind of did some kind of sensory type class for everybody, and she had us trying different little like little litmus paper strips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? So
Yeah.
we haven't released that video yet. But anyway, Shaylin is the master of the blender. What we're getting ready to try is the Emerald. And it is their second release of their rye whiskey. So all that combo just to say we're going to try something good because I need something to finish up a 2-ounce Tuesday, which I wasn't in love with. So
All right. So what do you get on the nose? I don't get a strong rye note.
No, I don't get rye note at all.
I get a little menthol-ish, which is usually a telltale sign that it's a rye.
It's it's super, super butterscotchy to me.
Yeah. But it's sweet, it's aromatic, it's perfumey. Little leather on that.
Yeah. I got some vanilla in there too. Oh, yeah, vanilla. Like who was it? So recently we were at Augusta Distillery and our tour guide said
Corey.
Vanilla,
who we love.
Vanilla Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll, yes.
That's-
I've never
I'd say
had
that.
anyone ever say vanilla Tootsie Roll, but that's getting your palate down to. Fred Minnick always says, if you're going to taste, you need 200 concepts or a palette of 200 things to pull from.
Yeah.
So he'll pull from, an apple pie, a green apple pie, a red delicious apple pie, an apple pie that's a la mode, an apple pie that's got whipped cream on it, an apple pie that's got Cool Whip on it. So if you can distinguish those, so when he said that, it's like, now you're just, and then I stopped myself going, oh no, you're right, you're defining a specific vanilla characteristic from your palate.
In your memory.
Because everyone's palate and memory is how whatever you get. If you get marzipan, like Fred Minnick gets a lot of things.
He says marzipan a lot. But you know what? His little bourbon group is called Marzipan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it doesn't matter what I get or Dawn gets or anyone else. It's what you get and what you can consistently get. And that's part of the fun of these tastings is trying to find and identify the same thing over and over and over. And variations of that. But
yeah.
So we're getting to that point. We're getting more and more acclimated to that.
Yeah.
I think we have to do more of registering in our database of flavors and aromas so that we can pull from that. I mean, I'm not a big, people say it's rhubarb. I don't like rhubarb because I never eat it, so
it's like
I don't know what that. So I really I need to go back to that and say, oh yeah, that's rhubarb. I don't like that, but at least I can pull from it.
All that to say, cheers.
Cheers. There's that rye note, but it's a sweet rye note. It's not a.
You get rye? I don't get. Well,
I get rye.
Yeah.
But it's a sweet rye. It's a caramel sugar rye. It's not overly menthol. It's not overly grassy. But I can see where. The first time I had that at Corn Dance, I was in love with that. I said, "Oh, that is good."
Because we say
with a good steak. Oh, that was
we're
good.
We're not rye whiskey people, but we tried that.
We are finding a lot of more ryes that we like.
Yeah, for sure. We loved this one. We were like, we're buying that bottle for sure. So we bought it right away. And honestly, this is the Blue Run is still contract distilled. They're not distilling yet because they don't have their distillery open yet, right?
Correct.
This particular bottle.
But it's not like they bought their barrels. It's Fred Rutledge went to them and said.
Say that again. Jim
Rutledge. Did I say Fred?
Yeah, you said Fred Rutledge.
Fred Minnick.
Jim Rutledge.
But Jim went to them and said, this mash bill, these distilling characteristics, boom.
Yeah.
Put in these barrels that I select. So it's as if he's the distiller, but again, it's not his distillery.
Yeah.
But this is the so the date on this is 10/21/22. It's the batch winter, and it's bottle 3472. And yeah, this is it's cask strength, 116.7 proof, and it's worth what we paid for it.
Yeah, well,
it's a heavy bottle too.
Yeah, and I think again, when you have a cool bottle, a fancy butterfly medallion, everybody's looking for their brand. Everybody's looking for some kind of unique identity. But I mean, you don't need to have a butterfly in a fancy bottle. You just have to say, I've got Jim Rutledge and Shaylin.
Yeah.
She is going to be awesome. She's already awesome. I can't even imagine what it would be like to be the person who can actually take, who can nose and can taste all those different flavors. In fact, when we were there at the symposium this summer, she was even telling a story about her son who actually has, I want to say, a gift of the nose. Talking about, do you remember the story when she was talking about her son was like
talking about her neighbors?
Yeah, her so and so's mom. It smells like so and so's mom. It's like he didn't say that in a derogatory way, but it was just the fact that he can identify a scent. Yeah, that blew me away. So truly, people are very gifted with the different olfactories, is that what they call them? So. This proof, I do love this proof, 116.7. This is probably my sweet spot. Can you tell we like this? Because we're like...
We tend to like the blue runs. They tend to come in a little pricey, but again, it's coming to them at above price.
Well, you've got to... Well, when you're blending and you're not distilling, you're purchasing it. Like, that's why the Bardstowns are so expensive, Especially the Bardstown Discoveries. Those are so expensive. You're buying good whiskey, but this, like I said, came from Castle and Key. There are actually 3 mash bills in here. I think I looked that up. That's something I looked up before we came online here. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else do you want to say about this? I mean, we didn't really sell it. We said it smelled like butterscotch and some vanilla. For 116 proof, it is not, to me...
It's not overly impactful
it's not
at
hot.
116.
Yeah, it's not hot.
I'm not getting that Kentucky hug.
Yeah.
But it's flavorful at 116. And again, we are getting to that point where the high proof brings out more flavors, different flavors, whatever you want to characterize it, and we're gravitating toward the higher proofs more and more because we're finding that we like that higher proof profile.
Yeah.
Not that it's not the sting, it's the there's that note.
Like
there's
a lasting zip, kind of. Yeah. So plus it has a good flavor. So there's many versions of Blue Run. So we'll have to put. I mean, I can't wait to see what and when their distillery will be ready. I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
But you can't go 100% based off of distillery and the gift shop and the tasting and touring experiences and stuff like that because. Even if they aren't making their own juice, they know how to blend. Yeah.
They're not making it, but they're orchestrating it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And that's they're curating it. So they're doing a lot more than just going out and buying barrels. They're saying this is what we want, and you make it, and then we're going to barrel it, and then we're blah blah blah. So I think they did a good job. I think everyone involved. I think the packaging will get people to buy it off the shelf. I think the taste will get them to buy that at the second time, and that's the thing. Pretty bottle or not, if it's not good inside, they're not going to come back the second time. I think people will come back for the second time for this. Yeah.
So those people who enjoy blends like I do, I love a good blend. I like Blue Run. I love Bardstown Discovery. I 100% love Bourbon Pursuit and their Pursuit United blends. That's all they are. They're doing that to NDPs. I love it. So that's it. What else do you want to say?
So it's bottled in Bardstown.
Yep.
But you said it was distilled in
it's distilled.
Castle and Key?
Yep. In fact, after you go to your phone, it'll give you a little bit more. There's like 3 mash bills involved in that if you want to kind of.
And now Bardstown does bottle for a lot of things like Pursuit Spirits. All of their stuff used to be bottled there. Now
Yeah.
they're starting to bottle themselves because I bottled for them at Pursuit Spirits.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes sense.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But, yeah, good
Good
stuff.
stuff.
And
And the little butterfly is just so cute.
it's still a bug. But
It's still a bug.
yeah.
So maybe somebody's an entomologist. I don't know.
It could be.
I don't
could
know.
be.
So it would be interesting.
I like the one that we have one that's really iridescent. So like you move it around,
Yeah,
it changes
I
colors.
think that was the first one we actually ever.
Yeah.
That's the one we got from our bride and groom.
Yes, it is. I don't know if it's
It's
there or
over
if we put it in the cabinet.
Yeah. Anyway.
Actually, yeah.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so let us know in the comments if you guys have tried the Emerald, and if you actually really do think it tastes like a rye whiskey, because to me this is not like a rye whiskey at all, from my perspective. And if not the Emerald, let us know what other blue runs that you like. Yes, we do know they're expensive, so don't freak out on the comments about how expensive they are. Yes, they're expensive. We know that. But those of you who are willing to pay that price, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
So other than that,
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, we gotta hold it down here.
Oh.
And an angel gets his wings.
Or it's butterfly.
Butterfly.